The new salary cap has been given.
Okay.
224, 228. 224.
Holy shit.
I think
224.8 maybe, 220.
wow. 24.8.
Yeah, there it is. $224.8 million is the salary cap moving forward. It was projected to be at 220. It was previously at 210. COVID had a little bit of a plateau, but the NFL is doing what every other part of the NFL is doing with their salary cap and taking that son of a bitch this way. And that's why whenever you're able to sign a contract for fucking 10 to 15 years for your star player, you can just kick that money down the line because $25, $30 million cap hit means a lot more right now than it will 10 years from now when this thing's up over $300 million, which is certainly coming in the very near future. Congrats to all the players and the NFL, AJ Hawk.
Woo! Yeah, so last year, what was it? I believe, is it up 16 mil from last year? Is that right?
Yes, 210.
No,
208?
Yeah. 208, I think it was, right? So if people don't, let's say someone doesn't know anything about football, teams have $16 million more per year, right, to spend on their players.
Bingo.
Now how you would explain it to people. So yeah, that $16 million, you can work a lot of things if you get 16 mil extra, let alone when you have to go back and restructure things and put bonuses in and take it out of salary. So it gives you some more wiggle room to continue to kick that can, as we always say.
Bingo. Cash over cap, where you do a signing bonus, and then that signing bonus is prorated over the duration of the entire contract. So if you want to pay somebody $150 million, you give them $100 million up front and put that thing for 10 years to be split out. That's only a $10 million hit each year as opposed to what it would actually be with whatever if you were only put that in as a salary. It's a little bit of it's an ability to work the salary cap. Some teams are doing it. Every team is going to have to start doing it going forward. But it also means how much money is in the NFL and coming into the NFL. Speaking of this particular thing, and you talk about contracts going up and $16 million more dollars for teams to pay players, I think the NFLPA, who your brother-in-law is seemingly attacking in every single fashion, which I respect. I would like to let you know I respect. Please tell him I respect it. I do not have a good relationship with the NFLPA. I don't think I know anybody that has any business sense that has a good relationship with the NFLPA, but they have a tough job. They got to do what they got to do. I've never been there. I've never been in a meeting. I've sat through their meetings for us, but I've never been an active participant in the NFLPA. I think Adam Vinatieri nominated me one time, I think, if I do recall, because he knows how much I hate it.
Sure.
And they asked me, like, in the team meeting, it's old school union stuff, if you'd like to nominate a representative now, please. And somebody goes, I'd like to nominate. And then they say it. And then he asks, do you accept the nomination? And then that's when the voting process happens at the very end. I think I was nominated one time. I said, no, I do not.
Yeah.
I do not. Well, I do not want to do that. And that's in front of the whole. That's quite a scene. You know what I mean? That's an awkward moment there, AJ, isn't it? That's a very awkward moment.
I've seen some big time players say absolutely not when they've been nominated in the room with everybody there.
Okay, good. So I'm happy to hear that happens on a regular basis. It sounds like in your case,
and then they usually use that platform in that room to stand up and tell you what they dislike about the PA as well.
So I would do that in the question asking part. And I do know that asking questions in these meetings, normally not the right play. But I think there was like 3 times I asked questions. Good. Hey, I'm not wasting everybody's time here. I just would like everybody to hear, what is happening and why this is happening. I didn't sign up for the NFLPA the last, I think, 2 years of my career.
Hell yeah.
Just because I didn't want to go in the fucking meetings. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I don't want you doing my shit. I don't, stop. They gave away, my fucking, there was a Boomstick run that was happening here in Indianapolis. And obviously, Kyle, athletic trainer, in the whole room while I was training it, they were talking about when they knew I was healthy again was the sound of, that's how we knew when you're healthy, how far along you were in your rehab process. And that was the goal we were looking for because we were obviously working inside because the way the weather was, so the ball hits the roof. So they were judging off of sound almost, hey, we're close, we're back or whatever, and the name Boomstick got dropped. And I believe this was before Baseball Guy was using it. It came from that movie, there's a movie where a guy says, this is my Boomstick. It's a double barrel shotgun. It's fucking huge or whatever.
Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead. There it is. So I think that's where it came from or whatever. So Boomstick is what I started referring to my right leg as, right? Boom. Boomstick and a peg. Okay, this one ain't worth a fuck. This one is the reason why I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, that just became a thing. There was Boomstick merch. And then the NFLPA just sold the rights to me, Boomstick, and everything. I was selling this off my Twitter and working my own merch company. Sold it to Fanatics, I believe, whenever they first came into the NFL. And we were making I was making like $4 a shirt or $3 a shirt or something that they were selling. And they were marketing it in they were, I think, 25, $30 or whatever.
Probably more than that.
And they were, I think it was like $3 or $2.50 a shirt or whatever. And I didn't even get asked about this. This shit just started getting marketed on my, I'd open my phone and then boom, get this.
They assumed you'd be happy. They thought you'd be happy. Hey, Pat, we got some extra money to put in your wallet. That's what they thought.
Yeah, but that's a terrible deal for the players to agree to.
They didn't expect the player to say anything, obviously.
Let alone like me doing my own shit and having my own merch company and that whole thing, and just kind of doing the internet because that's what you do on the internet. It's like, if I was to agree to that deal with my own company, like, I would hope that my employees would say, hey, Pat, fucking quit making decisions for us. And so that was like my first look at why would you even agree to that? Like, that is a bad deal for the players. That is I'm in the merch game. I'm getting fucked in the merch game right now because I'm new to the merch game. But I know that is not a good deal. Like, that is a bad deal. So then that made me start actually looking into other things, deals that were being made just for deals to be made almost, it seemed like. And I just been pretty against it for a long time. And your brother seemingly hates them. Brother-in-law seemingly hates them as well, publicly attacking them. And I think the thing about it is, putting a cap on how much of the percentage of the cap the quarterback makes is probably going to be something that they should look into, because whenever they raised the salary cap and there was a floor level that you have to spend this amount of money, that just meant that the quarterback salary got bigger and everything else kind of adjusted too. I think they should look into that going forward in the next CBA, but I assume they've already thought of that, AJ, over there at the NFLPA.
So you're saying quarterback contracts can only have a maximum percentage of the cap per team?
I think they should be in their own world. I think you should get slotted in your own world. Like, hey, this is the new number that the best guy. Now, their agents can negotiate what that number is, and that would be different, I guess, for the world. Every other quarterback that doesn't have Mulugeta as their negotiator will be happy if he's in there. But I think there should be they should be in their own, almost like coaches. Like, hey, whatever the fuck you want to pay a quarterback. Yeah. Whatever you would like to pay a quarterback.
Don't even count it.
Go ahead and do it. You know what I mean?
You're right. When owners are sitting there and they're like, hey, what do we think a top 3 quarterback is going to get paid 10 years from now? It has to be crazy to think what that money's going to be.
But if you're the NFLPA, you should be thinking, oh, there's also 52 other guys on the roster that are also going to have to get paid. So maybe
we say, we can fill them in with anybody. We don't care. It's hard to find stud quarterbacks. And you know what? You guys kind of have a point.
Agreed. The NFL saying that. We completely agree. You got to look at it from their point of view. They're going to, hey, we're going to pay a quarterback whatever the fuck the quarterback wants. To help the rest of the players, there should be some sort of, if you're looking out for the rest of the players, I guess you could say, well, they're trying to limit how much money quarterbacks make. It's like, no, we're trying to unlimit it.
Yeah.
We're trying to Mr. Unlimited it for you guys. I think that's something you got to do.
Well, and when they do make those changes, like you're talking about for the other players, they tried it with the vets. It was like, okay, hey, we'll raise the vet min, but instead of that helping any of the veteran players, it was just like NFL teams decided, well, okay, I guess we'll just sign rookies instead of vets because we have to pay more if we have to do that for vets. So it really doesn't make any sense. And to your point about Brady publicly saying that, Brady Quinn, remember Tom Brady, after the CBA was signed, actually put on his Instagram story because they signed the CBA, and then the next day was the announcement of the media rights deal for $100-something billion. And he put at NFLPA, NFL players are ignorant, they don't understand how this works.
Well, and also, Tom obviously has his own business, runs his own thing. It's I think the modern athlete, though, is going to change it.
Yeah, sure. Especially NIL, too, right?
I think the NFLPA is going to change. I think it can change. I think it will change. I think it has to change. Mm-hmm. But business-wise, I think it should. And honestly, if you get smarter business people in there at more places, I think things like this cap stuff gets figured out better. And the next CBA should be better for the players than this previous one was. That's what you would hope, at least, because you can lay out a pretty good project that the players have held up their end of the bargain.
Yeah.
The product that the players have put on the field, when every other rating thing is going this way, AJ, everything. Yep. The greatest shows on earth, the greatest minds with the most creativity, putting things together, they end up going like this or disappearing. The NFL every year regenerates, new characters, new stories, and the ratings just go like this. This is all they're doing. In a world where ratings are being lost, the NFL is just continuing to climb. Now, obviously, people will say, well, the ratings in 1994, when there was 5 options.
Yeah.
There was 5 options of things to watch. Hey, you either watch this you want to laugh? This is what you watch. You want to do news? This is what you watch. You want to do politics? You either watch this one or this one, and they give you all your thoughts so you can yell at your friends that watch the other one. And then that's basically it. Now it's like there's so much shit to be distracted by, to take your attention from, to take your fandom from. And the NFL has only done this. Do you think that's because the logos, or do you think that's because of what's happening on the field? I think the players have a good pitch that what we're doing is good. Hopefully the salary cap is only going to continue to grow and grow and grow, because with sports gambling coming in, which is obviously a big part of the conversation today, and only in 17 states, 20 states.
Yes.
It is business in the NFL is about to be ridiculous. If you're a football player, fucking go work your ass off. There's about to be a lot of money available for a long time, I think, in this sport that we call home.